Hello, and welcome again to Life According to Dana. Hey, just wanted to stop by as always, just to give you a word of encouragement, just to take a moment and just say, I'm glad to be here with you, have this opportunity just to uplift you a little bit, just to walk into your lives for a moment and just to maybe push away some of the trauma or the drama that you're experiencing. So, this week I wanted to talk to you about keeping yourself in a position to keep pushing. A lot of times we get discouraged, we get just hit and bombarded by so many things that life throws our way. Well, I just want to remind you that you have a force that is behind you. The Spirit of the living God is behind you to push you forward. And I just want to again remind you that you do have the ability to keep pushing. I don't care what life has thrown at you today, this week, this past week. Just keep reminding yourself that greater is He that's within you than he that's within the world, that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and to just keep pushing. So many people, they come, want to come alongside of you and let you just stay stuck where you are. They don't have sometimes the ability to keep you in a forward motion or to push you forward or encourage you not to stay where you are, but to keep moving according to the things and the plans that God has for you in your life. So many times, we just get discouraged, and that's just really that's just life, and you can just get down on yourself, or you can get down about the things that are occurring in your life. Well, I just want to take a moment, in case you don't have anybody else around you, to say, keep pushing. I want you to pull up whatever little bit of strength you have inside of you and to keep pushing. There is nothing that's larger than God. There is nothing that's too hard for Him. And sometimes we just need someone to come alongside us and agree with us that this is not where we end. This is just like a little speed bump. This is just a little detour, or this is just a little distraction. But I don't have to stay focused. I don't have to stay in this place. So, again, I just wanted to take a moment to tell you, keep pushing. You've got this. You can do this. Whatever it is that's before you, you can accomplish it. You can't accomplish it in your own strength, but with the help of the Lord, you can do all things. I have had so many people over the last couple of weeks talk about feeling stuff, or feeling like they just can't make it another moment, another day. And sometimes, again, we just need that word of encouragement coming from outside of our own ears, or from outside of our own spirit, hearing someone say, be encouraged. This isn't the end. Keep pushing. Men and women of God, keep pushing. Greater is before you. Greater is coming. The enemy wants to trick you and tell you that this is it for you, that there's no hope, that there's nothing that's going to come. But the devil is a liar. Keep pushing. Don't give up here. Don't stop here. Don't let this be your testimony. Don't let this be what people are going to be talking about. Because you know what? People always running them and bumping them gums, as my grandmother used to say. They always talking. They always got something to say. People love to celebrate your failures, but I'm here today to celebrate your successes. Whether you see it right now, I promise you that God's plans for you are to prosper you and not to harm you. He wants you to be the best because He makes the best. He wants you to keep pushing. I want you to keep pushing. So much more is before you. So much more is coming your way. If you could just take a moment, catch your breath, just take a deep breath in. As long as you have breath, there's still opportunity for change. Just keep pushing. I know sometimes it just feels insurmountable, or it just feels like there's no way out of the situation. Sometimes we feel like we've made mistakes and that there's just going to be no way that this can work for your good. But the word of God declares that there is hope and that there is a way that God is going to make all these things work together for your good. I remember God gave me this word some years ago that chaos always precedes revival. Right before your breakthrough, right before you see the light of day, it just seems like the worst part of the storm. In a natural storm, like in a hurricane, you got the winds in the front, it's just tearing up everything. But right in the middle of the storm, they call it the eye of the storm, there is just silence. There's just nothing crazy going on. There's no chaos. But the tail end of the storm is actually worse most times than the front part of the storm. But you know what? For those of you that are in the front part of the storm, keep pushing. For those of you that are in the eye, catch your breath and keep pushing. For those of you that are getting slapped around by the tail end of the storm, same word, keep pushing. But let the momentum and the breath of God be your push forward. Do not rely on your own strength, but just lock hold to the promises of God. Grab and grip hold. Hold on tight because better is coming. That's okay. Let the wind work for you. Let the adversity work for you. Let the chaos work for you. But there's a peace that can come to you. The word of God talks about the peace that surpasses all our understanding. Listen, the eye of the storm, the place of peace, where you can be right in the midst of the cray-cray, of the crazy, and have absolute peace. When your confidence rests in God, you can be in the midst of the worst situation of your life, but then you look to the one who is the author and the finisher of your faith. You look to the one that is keeping you moving. You look to the one that is pushing you. You look to the one that you can just say, I trust you, God, and keep pushing. Men and women of God. I know sometimes this sounds like an impossible thing for someone to ask you to do right where you are today, but keep pushing. That's what the enemy doesn't want you to do. He doesn't want you to get the courage, the confidence to keep pushing despite what you see in the natural. See, your eyes can be deceptive. Your eyes will tell you one thing, but then you just feel something inside you just pushing you, and something inside of you rising up saying, this can't be it. This cannot possibly be the end of my story. Grab hold to that sensation and keep pushing. Let that thing that's inside of you, because it's the spirit of the living God that rests and lives in you. Let that be your driving force. Let that be the thing that pushes you forward. Don't allow what you see in the natural to determine or define where you end up at, because your end is in God, and it's a blessing and it's a prosperous place. Prosperity is not only measured by wealth or money, it is measured by the successes of God. God's success plan does not look like man's success plan. Don't allow man to tell you what's successful. Only what you do for God is going to last. So let that be your epitaph. Let that be what you're doing with the dash. You were born and then you got a time to die, right in the middle. That's what people keep calling or referring to, the dash. So keep pushing through, keep moving, keep pushing, keep pushing. Don't let this little incident, or don't let this little thing that's going on right now be the end of you, because it's not. There is so much more that you have that's coming. And oh my goodness, don't miss your blessing. Don't miss the opportunity to walk in the light. Don't miss it. Don't let what you are perceiving as a defeat define you, because that is not what God says about you. It most certainly is not what the word of God says about you. So look for those things that are saying, that are telling you your identity. Look for things in the word of God that are telling you who you are and whose you are. Keep pushing. Do not let the enemy or your people around you, sometimes, oh my goodness, it can be your family. I'm telling you, David said it was the people sitting up there at the dinner table with him that was giving him all the drama. So don't be fooled. I heard my son Aaron say something the other day, and he was talking about how we can be tied to toxic relationships. And sometimes you just got to cut it off. You just got to walk away. Tell them be blessed, but keep pushing. Keep pushing forth away. Keep pushing away from the things that are not bringing you the love of God into reality. Sometimes people hide. Listen, it's wolves in sheep clothing in every part of your life. Trust me, there are, but trust God to give you the discernment to identify what's for you and what's against you, because He is the defining moment, statement, lifeline. Let Him define it, because, like I say, our eyes can deceive us, but our spirit will not lead us wrong if it is rooted and linked to the living God. So, again, I just wanted to take a moment just to stop by this week and to say to you, please keep pushing. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time on Life According to Dana. Be blessed.